Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we're doing more vintage cube draft. It's back for turtles, which is extremely exciting. And let's see, what do we got in our opening pack? There's nothing, no power or anything like that, but there are some pretty strong cards. Ooh, they added Birthing Ritual, or was Birthing Ritual in before? I don't know. It's a cool card though. So I think the cards that I'm interested in are either a fetch land or possibly Tameo. Blue is not the strongest color, but Tameo is a very, very strong one drop. I think it's just strong enough that I am going to take it, pack one, pick one here. And then I'm sure they could be something that we can wheel. Maybe Emery if we're going to be in artifacts, or we can just be in like a blue-green like Birthing Ritual deck. That could be really fun. Or I don't know, wheel the Sacred Foundry, and we have a nice Jeskai deck. Jeskai is always my favorite deck to play in Cube. There's also Warren Soul Trader for sack combo potential. We could be like a Dimir control-ish deck, mid-range with like a combo finish. I don't know. We're going to take Tameo. Tameo's a nice strong start. All right, well, now there's a fourth Eorlingas. I mean, this is kind of like the equivalent of power where you just take it and you don't look back, and it kind of makes the draft decision very uninteresting because this card is just so ridiculously strong. I mean, there are other cards that I would love to pair with Tameo as well. You could pair it with one of these Mana Dorks. You could pair it with Underground Sea or Jace if you want to go super hard into Mono Blue, something like that. I like Mana Tithe a lot. But when you see fourth Eorlingas, you basically are just required to take it and not ask any questions, which, I don't know, it's fun to play powerful cards, but when it makes the draft decisions this uninteresting, I mean, I could just not take it, but like, come on now. What are we doing here, you know? All right, so now we have fourth Eorlingas to go with our Tameo. I mean, obviously, you still play them in the same deck, but we'll see. All right, no real clear direction at this point. There's Containment Priest and Enduring Innocence of white cards. There's a Death Greeter's Champion as a pretty solid red card. I wish this was the Jeskai Triome, the Rogren Triome, but unfortunately this is the Teamer one, which could still like work. You could be 4-color, but I'd rather not commit to that. There's Force of Negation. Palantir, I guess, is the safe pick. It's a fairly strong card, colorless. But I don't know if it's more powerful than something like a Death Greeter's Champion, and this is that like power versus flexibility kind of a pick. I guess we can just keep ourselves open and then see which color presents itself a little bit more. This is a really close one. I think Death Greeter's Champion is very strong. I'm going to take Palantir. All right, now we can take... Oh, it looks like we're probably going to take a blue card in this pack. Blue is not the strongest color, but if you have good threats like Tameo, good card advantage, you can definitely get there. I think I'll probably just end up taking Stock Up. It's just very, very strong card selection and card advantage. Really cool that they printed this in like a standard set. Sees like multi-format success. Just looking 5 deep and getting 2 is really, really nice. It's like Dig Through Time, except it's easier to cast, usually cheaper. Not instant speed, but splashable. Really like that. There's also Wanshi Tong, which is really cool, and Urza, if you wanted to go more into artifacts, which we kind of, I guess, are with the Palantir and the Tameo. But Stock Up is a nice safe pick. I mean, it's always going to be good, right? All right, now we have some options. We could take a Lorien Revealed for possible fixing. We could take an Essica's Chariot, which is a really strong 4-drop that's also splashable. There's an Omnath, which is nice. There's also just Miscalc. We can stay blue, and, again, I keep saying that blue is not the best color, but if you have the powerful cards like Stock Up and Tameo, and you back that up with multiple copies of the 2-mana interaction or the 1-mana counter, the 1 and 2 mana counter spells, then you can go toe-to-toe with like the other premier aggro decks of the format. So this is a close one. There are some pretty good cards here. I think I'm going to take the Miscalc. Just lean hard into the blue thing. All right, now we see a pretty late Nissa, but there's also like a Staff of the Storyteller, so we could be like a blue-white tempo deck that's splashing 4th Eorlingas on the mid to top end. So I think I'm actually going to go with that, and we're not making a lot of tokens right now, but I do like the idea of going kind of this blue-white tempo avenue. Perhaps we could wheel Flicker Wisp, which could end up being okay. Otawara is also a good card, probably a safe pick, but I think Staff of the Storyteller is really nice. You end up making a lot of tokens in these kind of like white decks, so this can present a lot of card advantage. Good with Tamiyo. Anything that draws cards is good with Tamiyo. So, all right, there is a Wan Shi Tong Librarian as opposed to the other Wan Shi Tong. When this card's pretty good, you know, they crack a fetch, you flash this in, draw a card, and that's pretty good. Or in the late game, it's like a 6 mana 4, it's like 6 mana 5/5 that draws 2 cards. That's pretty good. Flying Vigi. But I think I'm just going to shore up a perfect Triome for what we've got going on here. It's going to make any future fetch land a really nice pickup. And yeah, basically we're just trying to maximize the chance of this 4th Eorlingas, which is like far and away the best card in our pile and probably will be for the entire draft. So I'm just going to maximize playing that. All right, now I can take Path to Exile, nice, cheap, efficient removal. It kind of sucks to ramp them, but I mean, I'd rather have that here as a single mana than something like a Get Lost that gives them 2 map tokens, and it destroys more things like creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, but the exile is relevant, and the fact that it's 1 mana versus 2 mana, I can't stress enough, especially in Vintage Cube, how important that is to remain efficient. We're passing Grist, my beloved, but that's okay. That's okay. We got a good deck going here. All right, we wield Birthing Ritual and Soul Trader and Emery, which are all the cards that I was, kind of sort of interested in. I think there's definitely a world here where we ended up blue-green, but that is not the world we live in. I'm just going to take a Seachrome Coast. We're looking to be blue-white. This is a blue-white duel. It's just that easy. All right. Now Grief Wield. We got Mystic, Godless Shrine, and Temple Garden. There's also Jace. I could take Jace just as a pretty strong, grindy planeswalker. Or I spec on a Temple Garden because Omnath might wheel. I think I'd rather prefer that. Jace is more so if you're doing the big combo things. I'm not certain we're doing those kind of big combo things. All right, now we have the choice between a Ketria Triome and an Enduring Innocence. And I know we're trying to go the blue-white route, but we don't have a lot of creatures yet. But theoretically, that could be good with Enduring Innocence. I'm feeling that the Omnath is going to wheel. I have not played an Omnath pile in a while. Let's see if we can get that to work. All right, we wield a Sandstorm Salvager as well as a Wan Shi Tong All-Knowing. I'm definitely going to take the Wan Shi Tong. This card's really cool. It has a lot of neat synergies like Brainstorm and Sensei's Divining Top. So, it also triggers off the opponent stuff too. Yeah, I like that. Yo, we wield the Omnath. Let's go. Okay, there's also an Essica's Chariot, which is probably, for all intents and purposes, just better. But I'm a sucker for Omnath. Wow, we wield a Nissa. That could influence some changes in our approach here with the draft. We'll see. We'll see. It's just one sign. All right, what do we got? Oh, there's Ancestral. I was gonna say Fury, Jace, Guide of Souls. These are all good cards, but yeah, I mean there's power. I'm gonna take power. Really good with the Tamiyo, obviously. Just a way to insta flip her, which is great. If we get a piece of power like a Mox Sapphire, you could do it on turn 1. Imagine a turn 1 flipped Tamiyo. That sounds wonderful. All right, there's also, again, Jace, Storm Chaser's Talent, Lockmare could be a good wheel, potentially. I think Guide of Souls is just incredibly messed up. This is just one of the most broken 1-drops they've ever printed. And the more you play with this card, especially in Modern, right, Boros Energy, the more you play with this card, you just realize that it does everything in the quote-unquote right way. Like, everything works the way you want. Like, you attack with it and a Voice of Victory, and you get the Voice of Victory tokens. You could stack the triggers. So let's say you have 1 energy, and then you get the 2 guys, and then you get 3 energy, and then you can jump something. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I'm going to take Ancestral Recall here, but yeah, it's just think about that. All right, now what do we get? So there is a Brainstorm, which, as I mentioned, is pretty good with the Wan Shi Tong. There's Fractured Identity, Fabled Passage, I guess Oculus. I don't know if that really goes with our game plan. We don't have that many cheap spells that are gonna fill the graveyard. There's also no fetch lands either in our pile so far, which of course are good with Omnath, and then just good with our mana base in general. I remember there was a Scalding Tarn in the opening pack, so I don't think we're getting that. Anyway, people are taking fetch lands highly. More news at 11. So, I guess I take Brainstorm. Fractured Identity is a very strong card, but we have no shortage of good top end right now. And Fractured Identity, just for 5 mana, how long did I spend talking about Guide of Souls? All of that for a 1-drop. What are you going to do, Fractured Identity, a 1-drop? That thing has already killed you, I'll take the Brainstorm. I usually like having some more shuffle effects, but I do like the synergy specifically with the Wan Shi Tong. And, it'll incentivize us to take the fetch lands a little higher, right? We were already going to take them pretty highly. All right, this pack is pretty uninteresting. I guess I just take a Lose Focus as a redundant copy of, a miscalc. Like, it is basically just miscalc, but with different upside that you can replicate it, and you can, really counter something. Although, if you replicate it once, it's worse cancel. Although in Vintage Cube, if you're countering something, unless they pay for it, pretty much always counters it. So anyway, there's that. There's Brain Freeze and Thassa's Oracle in the same pack. But I kind of already gave up on that plan when I passed on the Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Yeah, I'll take a Lose Focus here. I also like Hex Drinker. That card's not bad. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm taking Hex Drinker. I remember getting the Nissa Who Shakes the World, kind of a last second pick. See, now, again, there's not really too much here in this pack. There's a Proseidetic Memory, which is pretty good with cards like Ancestral and Brainstorm. You just draw a lot of cards, and then you can just put a lot of +1/+1 counters on a thing. But I have a feeling that we're trying to be a little bit more blue-green base now, splashing the red and the white. So I could take Once Upon a Time. This card's very strong. You're just able to smooth out your opening hand quite a lot of the time. There's also a Vibrance. I like the modality here, but double red and double green might be a little challenging considering we're probably base blue with all of our blue 1-mana plays. Yeah, I'll take Once Upon a Time here. Okay, we're on to something here. We've got Uro, Loot, Remand, Springheart, and Tuco. I like where this is going. I think based on what we're trying to do here, I think we just take Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath here, as a strong escape card. Really solid blue-green card. Remand is really nice too, and I would like having more of those type of effects. But Uro is a way that you can actually help to stay alive, ramp your mana, good with Omnath. And I think this will definitely solidify us as base blue-green. So, again, we need to take some more lands highly, but I do like where this is going. Okay, that is a fetch land, but unfortunately not the fetch land that we are looking for. Does it help? Black-red grabs Rogren Triome and Ketria Triome, I guess, but yeah, we're not base red, and the black we're not black at all. So, unfortunately, I think this is going to be a fetch land that I have to pass on, which is really not cool because this deck could really use a fetch land or two. It has so many good synergies in addition to just fetch lands being, #good. So that leaves the choice between a starting town and a generous ant. I don't think it's particularly close. I'm just going to take the generous ant. It's kind of a fetch land. It's like a tapped fetch land in a way, where you can still do the brainstorm tricks and you shuffle the deck and then all of that. Okay, anyway. So there's a Marsh Flats, which unfortunately I think has the same problems as the Bloodstained Mire in that it does grab a little bit more. It grabs our Temple Garden specifically, but I'm just going to go ahead and take a Delighted Halfling because this thing can really help to accelerate our busted plays. Like you can play a turn 2 uncounterable Palantir or an Uro if you play this on turn 1. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Definitely worth the consideration. I think I'm going to cut the staff. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I wish this Marsh Flats was like a green fetch, but that's okay. All right, now what? There's Aang, Swift Savior, Titania. Titania is very strong, but we don't really have the synergies with it. I just passed up on a Wasteland. I didn't mention that in the previous pack. Yeah, you know what? I actually think I want to take Aang here as like a pseudo tempo play. There's also EI, Expressive Iteration, very strong card advantage tool. Our red fixing's kind of there, but I don't know. I'm feeling like our white splash might be a little bit better. Plus, we already have the Path to Exile. Yeah, let's take the Aang. All right, we wield Jace and Lockmare. Those are pretty strong considerations. There's also Force of Vigor, which it's nice when a lot of decks have pretty broken artifact mana. You could just blow them out with Force of Vigor. We don't have that many green cards though, so I'm a little less inclined to do that. So now it's the choice between like Jace and Lockmare. I think I'm going to take Jace for that. It has that draw 3 aspect that's good with the Tameo. Lockmare is good too, and I usually like to take the cheaper card, but I mean, come on. Jace is fine. Jace is pretty good. All right, we wield a Fractured Identity. I'm not loving how many expensive cards... I'm not loving how many expensive cards we're having. I guess 4th Eorlingas could be, like, technically anywhere. I definitely need some ramp. Fractured Identity is very... It can be very good, right? I guess I take it. But I really need to shore up this part of the curve, or just, I could just open a Black Lotus. I think that would be nice. I guess I take Brain Freeze for a mirror match, or like when you're facing a Storm deck. I don't know. Ooh, Prof's Wield. Okay, that's actually pretty good. We have a lot of draw 3s, so Prof's Eidetic Memory can really pop off. I actually like that quite a bit. That wield. All right, and we wield a Loot the Pathfinder, which our mana base sort of supports at the moment. And there's a VV, which our mana base sort of supports at the moment. God, we need our mana base needs some help though. Okay, what do we got here? Pack 3. So I'm probably taking one of these fetch lands. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pass on the Strip Mine, but this is a deck that won't take the most advantage of Strip Mine. And Strip Mine works in like green-based decks that abuse it, where you can use stuff like Ice Till Explorer to buy it back from the graveyard and just play it over and over again. Or just a straightforward like 1 to 2 color aggro deck where this is just a half land, half spell. In this deck, our mana is like we're trying to grind them out with value. Getting one Strip Mine hidden isn't going to do a whole lot. And look at our colors. I mean, our color requirements are very high and specific. So this being in the mana base, especially when we don't have a lot of lands, is a bit of too much of a problem. I'm just going to take a Flooded Strand here. It grabs all of our lands, which is great, and it's good with Omnath. I mean, there's a lot of things. It's good with Brainstorm. Just we got to take a fetch land here for sure. All right, now I can take a Mana Drain. I do like that. The double blue is going to be a little tricky, but imagine you Mana Drain something and then you slam like a Fractured Identity or a Wan Chi Tong or Loot. Like, there are some very, very strong play patterns with Mana Drain. Extremely strong card. We also have a Taiga for red fixing, which we kind of have already, but they're tapped. So that would be an okay wheel. Shorikai is a pretty good draw engine. There's Time Spiral, I suppose. We don't have ways to abuse it necessarily. Like, we don't have any cards that punish this type of effect, but it could still just be good. What else we got? Sowing Micah Spawn, Thunder Trap, Trainer, Third Path. I like Ursine Monstrosity a lot. This card just, like, kills people. Definitely going to take the Mana Drain here, though. Alright. So, there's Spell Pierce and Lightning Bolt, which are very good. I kind of just want to take a Steam Vents, though, and have an untapped, fetchable red source with the Flooded Strand, which I think is going to be really important, so you can cast your 4th Eorlingas and your Omnath a little bit more consistently. I think Spell Pierce would definitely be the pickup if this was not here. There's also a Lush Portico, which is also tempting, but I already have the Temple Garden, so I guess it's not as necessary. Plus, I already have 2 lands that come to play tapped and a third one that kind of comes in tapped a decent amount of the time. Yeah, I really want the Spell Pierce here, but I think I have to be disciplined and take the Steam Vents. Okay, do I just take another fetch land here? The Arid Mesa. So Arid Mesa is interesting. It's our 2 non-base colors, but it does grab all of our lands that we want. Flooded Strand, or let's see. Arid Mesa grabs, it grabs Steam Vents. It grabs all of our lands, which is pretty nice. But I don't know if it's necessary. I could just take a Ponder or a Spellseeker. Spellseeker is nice because it grabs Ancestral and Mana Drain, which are 2 of our stronger cards. Like, I don't have to play Vivi and Aang. Like, if the mana doesn't support it that well, I could just play this as my 3-drop value engine. Sure, you know what? I'll take Spellseeker just because I have Ancestral and, counter spells that I can fetch up with it. Celestial Colonnade would be fine wheel, but Ponder is also pretty good. I'm going to take Spellseeker. All right. Now what? There's a Thundering Falls, which I could play instead of perhaps one of these Triomes, but I think I'm going to need the Triomes to make the mana work. So, and then if I take the Thundering Falls, it's a little bit too much tap lands. So I'm a little less inclined to do that. Displacer Kitten. Is there anything that works well with Displacer Kitten? You could... I don't have that many cheap cards that can enable the Displacer Kitten. I guess it's good with like Planeswalkers like Jace or Nissa. You can activate their abilities again. Probably just supposed to take a Stern Scolding as a cheap counterspell way to combat these aggressive aggro decks. What did I just say? Anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to take a Chrome Mox here because this deck really needs acceleration. I do also like Malevolent Rumble. This card is pretty good. Oh, there's a Leyline Binding too, actually. How are we doing on removal spells? We've got the Path. We've got, I guess, Aang, sort of. Fracture Identity. Wan Shi Tong. These are all kind of expensive. Leyline Binding could be played for very cheap. I think, though, with our deck, we just need to be able to play our more powerful cards faster. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Chrome Mox, try to wield a Malevolent Rumble or a Leyline Binding. Okay. Do I just take a Git Probe to, quote-unquote, make the deck smaller? I could do that. What else we got? Man, there's really not much here. I guess there's a Currency Converter. We don't have discard synergies necessarily, but this thing can ramp us and smooth out draws. This pack is not great for us. Vaultborn Tyrant is a pretty good top-end threat, but I don't think we're going that high on the curve. We don't have the mana ramp to support that. I guess I'll take the Git Probe. Yeah, wait. Actually, Git Probe is good because it's good with Tameo. It fills up the graveyard for Uro. Yeah. It's just good. It's just good. Okay. Ooh, Quantum Riddler. I do like that. There's also Hedge Maze and Meticulous Archive, which are both lands that I do quite enjoy. But the Quantum Riddler goes pretty hard in a deck like this. And the lands are tempting, though. I think having just a blue-green Surveil land is nice. I think if this was a breeding pool, I would like most definitely 100% take it. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Quiddler. This card's really good. All right, what did we wheel? We wheeled a Tishana's Tidebinder and an Endurance. Which one do I want more? I don't have that many green cards to enable the Endurance. I think I just take a Tishana's Tidebinder here. I'm probably cutting these other threes. We'll see, though. Okay, there's a Shorakai. It's good. It draws cards, which is good with our profs and the Tameo and all of that. Yeah, there's also a Town Greeter. There's an Ursine Monstrosity. I'll take Shorakai. Okay, there's an Overgrown Tomb, which I think I take here to spec on the Leyline Binding coming around. Because now I have just like a kind of forest with upside. It's like it's not a perfect analogy or anything like that. Okay. Was this the pack with Leyline Binding? I don't know. It might be the next one. I doubt it wheels. I guess I take a Celestial Colonnade here. Just a land that turns into a threat is nice. And we already have like so many playables. Yeah, I'm going to take the Colonnade. All right. I don't think we're getting the things back that we want. I'll take Stoneforge. I don't have any targets for it. Oh, whoa, Leyline Binding and Rumble came around. Whoa, okay, hold on. Oh, man, I wish I had more time. These are both so good. I'm going to take the Rumble. I think I like the ramp a little bit better. That was so tough. And I know I took the, the Overgrown Tomb thinking that, but wow. I mean, the fact that's kind of a good sign, right? That the Malevolent Rumble and the other card that came around, second to last pick, Leyline Binding. Couldn't think of the name. All right, so what the heck are we doing here? What is going on? Okay, so we need to maximize our good cards. How is our fixing? We have the one fetch land. This fetch land is going to do so much work, for sure. All right, I like to split things into fetchables and non-fetchables. I'm going to get rid of the Overgrown Tomb, so we're not doing that. God, I'm starting to regret not taking that Leyline Binding. Whatever, it's fine. So let's get this over here. Everything else is fetchable, which is nice. This Flooded Strand gets everything, with all the lands, which is good. So right now we have, if you don't include the Chromox, I think I can include, Chromox could be a land. Chromox also benefits with you having more, non-lands in your deck, right? So if I take these away, I have 30. So I need, oh my God, I need 7 cuts. Gross. Disgusting. Yeah. I mean, you could argue that Generous Ent plus Gitaxian Probe allows you to cut another land, but then I think you're running into the problem of just having too many sources, or sorry, not enough sources for all of your cards. All right, so our base color is blue. So I have to ask myself the question, am I a base blue-white deck or a base blue-green deck? I've got to be a base blue-green deck, I think. I just have very strong plays, and I also want to be able to cast my Delighted Halfling on turn 1 a decent chunk of the time. So we've got to make some cuts. I think we can start by cutting at least one of these top-end pieces. As much as I like loot, it being a 5-drop is going to be a problem. I'm going to cut Vivi. Vivi's a good card, but we're not really popping off with it. I mean, it's definitely like not bad in the deck, right? But we have a lot of other 3-mana plays. I think we'll be fine. Omnath it's good. I'm going to keep telling myself that. 4th Eorlingas, of course, it's like the best card in our deck, so we have to keep that. Man, We need like so many cuts. All right, we can cut perhaps Aang. It's going to be a little tough to cast. I don't think we're necessarily like a tempo deck. We're more a mid-range value-based strategy. I love the Malevolent Rumble here. I need to cut some non-creature spells. I guess I could cut the Stern Scolding and bring it in certain matchups. God, do I just cut Fractured Identity? I think I do. I think Fractured Identity's time in the sun is just... It's just over, man. Like, it just does not get the job done the way you want it to. All right, we have 6 plus 7 is 13, 14. So I need 3 more cuts. Palantir is not bad as a card advantage engine. I could cut either Palantir or Shorikai or Jace, perhaps. 3 more cuts. Do I need Hexdrinker? Hexdrinker is a pretty solid threat, but we're not producing absurd amounts of mana. So it's not like the only pieces of ramp we have are really Halfling and Chrome Mox. I mean, you could count like Uro, I guess Nissa as well. But if you're doing like stuff with Nissa and Uro, aren't you already winning? I think I can cut the Hexdrinker here. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. 8 plus 7 is 15, 16. So I just need 1 more cut. And arguably, I could run like 15 lands plus Chrome Mox, plus Get Pro, plus Generosent, plus Halfling, plus Once Upon a Time. I'm getting really close to convincing myself that 15 lands is correct here. I don't know, though. It seems really risky. I could try it, though. I mean, the deck is pretty... Deck has a lot of really strong cards. Man, this is a tough build. All right. Let's see. If I play 8 basics here, what if I just... Like, let's just say I do 4 and 4. 4 island, 4 forest. So, for... Like, let's just pretend we do that. So, for blue sources, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not terrible. For green, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you count the Generosent, 2. And then, are we okay not playing basics of the other colors? How many white cards do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I can already tell this is not going to work out. I'm just going to cut Shorikai. We have a bunch of other card advantage engines. We got Quantum Riddler, Jace, 2 like draw 3 effects at the 1 mana slot, Ancestral and Brainstorm, Tameo. I think Shorikai is good, but not necessary, and our mana is going to be a little tricky. So let's figure out the mana base now. So let's sort by color. Obviously, we have most blue cards, followed by green. So, yeah, we have like a billion blue cards, so that's going to be important. We have 7 green cards. We have now only 3 white cards and only 2 red cards. So, white and red are obviously the least important as far as getting our sources up. All right, let's sort by mana value again. Okay, bring this over here. All right, let's figure this out. So, let's see what it just naturally gives us. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Okay, so for blue sources, this gives us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. Kind of 13 with the Generosent, so not bad. Like that's pretty good. Might even be a little too much. It can certainly, we can afford to go 1 less. For green, we have 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6-ish, 7. It's like almost enough, but like easily we could do this, right? Just down 1 island, up 1 forest, and we're like pretty good. Now we have 3, 4, we have like, what, 8 sources ish. Do we need the basic mountain and the basic plains? So let's count how many sources we have without that. So for red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to count Chrome Mox. So 4 for 2 red cards. Yeah, we don't need a basic mountain there. And then basic plains. We have 3 white cards, but they are pretty important, so it would be nice to have more untapped sources. So let's see. For white sources, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's totally fine. We don't. And one of the, and the fact that we have the fetchable untapped versions of red and white are very important here in our determination. So 7. What if I do this? 5 islands, 4 forests. So this would be 5. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's pretty good. 12. That's pretty good. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think this is pretty good. Again, we're mostly blue, but the green is also pretty important. I think this deck looks pretty solid. I will see you guys for the matches. All right, we're here for our first match against Man United Fans 15, and our hand looks pretty good, so we'll go ahead and keep. I mean, it's okay. It's got a turn 1 halfling. Eventually we can get Omnath down, but we'll see. Ooh, there's a Synchro Coast. That's going to help. All right, opponent went turn 1 Hex Drinker. That's definitely a pretty strong start. Let's take a look and see what our opponent's up to. All right. Oh my god. Atraxa, 6, Rumble, and lands. Yikes. All right, we've got our work cut out for us. Just going to start off with the Delighted Halfling, and unfortunately, we do not have a play next turn. But the turn after, we get to go Omnath. Maybe that's good enough. All right, so opponent went land, and then they saw Sentinel, Forest, Wistfulness, Forest. They chose Wistfulness. Okay. Those are pretty good. Whoa, perfect draw into the Uro. Very nice. So now we're going to make this uncounterable. Go Uro. Such a good draw. Excellent. All right. Oh, and there's 4th Eorlingas too. No red source yet, but we can certainly get there. I guess I play out. It doesn't really matter. I'll play an island. Just make them think I have a Spell Pierce or something. So, okay, they play out another land or another forest, so I guess I know they drew that for turn. Okay, 6 from the opponent. This is a pretty strong card. They can now cast, say, their Sentinel in the Nameless City from the graveyard. Okay, so I get hit for some damage. Okay, miscalc. So, see, this is the problem with not having a breeding pool or a tropical, or not a tropical island, because I now cannot go Nissa plus untap a forest, hold up a miscalc, right? So that being the case, it's probably just correct to play Omnath, draw, see what we hit, and then go from there. Okay, the fact that they don't really have fixing right for this Atraxa probably means they have a natural order in the deck. All right, I'm just going to play Omnath here and then see what happens. Gain some life. It's a nice body. It protects all my stuff. Ooh, Palantir. Not bad. All right, I'm just going to play a land and pass. Unfortunately, if I had drawn the what's it called? The Flooded Strand there, I could have gone that into Nissa. Ooh, that would have been, or a 4th Eorlingas. Would have been strong. Definitely would have been strong. But right now, I think we're relatively safe. Ooh, Scythecat Cub. Okay, Scythecat Cub is strong. So far, my board state is okay. But the problem is, eventually, I think my opponent's board is going to get better than mine. Also, yeah, my opponent's definitely on the natural order train. They returned. Okay, they got a forest back. All right, well, I'm just going to block here. No risk of an extra land drop to kill this Omnath, so I just prevent the damage. All right, they might spend this turn just leveling up the Hex Drinker. Oh, okay, they're playing the Sentinel. Got it, and they sacked the thing. Okay, yeah, so opponent's board is getting pretty scary, but we are going to be doing some disgusting things now, which is good. So let's start with, yeah, let's go Nissa, uncounterable. And then we can untap Forest, play land, trigger Omnath again. And now I have the option to either hold up Miscalc, but how good is that really for me? They don't have this anymore. Oh, they have Wistfulness in hand. Nah, never mind. I'm just going to hold up the Miscalc, I think. They're actually a little bit choked on mana, so they may be inclined to just play out the Wistfulness and I can get them with the Miscalc. I think I'm okay with that. I'm just going to hold back. Worst case scenario, I can just cycle the 4th Eorlingas. Or, sorry, no, the Miscalc. Alright, they're going to crack map. They grow it to a 4/6, which is really annoying. They put the Sylvan Caryatid in the graveyard. Now, yeah, now both of these cards are just the wrong toughness here. Ugh, that's so annoying. I just need to find a red source, and I think I'm okay. Okay, these are both going after Nissa. I'm not a fan of that. Oh god, there's a Vaultborn Tyrant too. This is kind of interesting. It's like, do I cycle the Miscalc? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to double block the 6. It's kind of... It's not great. This is not a great situation that I'm in. Just my opponent's board is ever so slightly, like, better than mine. Oh, I have to cycle it now? Yeah, I'll cycle it now. See what we hit. Profs. A little late on that. But it's not bad. Alright, at least Nissa sticks around for another turn. And I can... If I rip a red source off the top, I get to play a really big 4th Eorlingas. So we're just going to hope for that. It has to be one of, like, what, 2 lands that produce untapped red mana. If that's the case, we'll probably be okay here. Okay, big draw step. Ancestral, you know what? I'll take it. Ancestral Recall is pretty good. Also, this, oh, it's going to make this Prof's Prof's Eidetic Memory go super hard. All right, let's start with Ancestral. Okay, I unfortunately have drawn the Tamiyo, which, you know, not exactly what I wanted to happen. Ooh, I can go Tishana's Tidebinder to get rid of the Wistfulness trigger. I like that. So I think I'm going to play land. Always playing land. Let's go Prof's Eidetic Memory. Draw card. Rogren Triome. Oh god, why did I play the land? Oh, that was a big mistake. Forgot about that. I have the tapped red sources. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It will be fine. Am I blocking with Halfling, or am I just going to use it to play a Tamiyo? Nah, it's okay. Let's just use this to play Tamiyo. Yeah, play Tamiyo. And then use Nissa to untap a forest, I guess. Sure. Untap a forest. I think I'm willing to let this mana go away. Okay, we're just going to pump up one of these forests to epic proportions. I kind of have a good attack now, actually. I think I'm going to go for it. Because I'm willing to kill off one of these creatures. That should be okay. Plus, maybe opponent thinks I have some sort of removal spell that can blow them out. Interesting. This is a really interesting block. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of it, to be honest. So now I can just kill the Sentinel. Wait, I just kill everything. 5. Oh, no. Just kidding. I kill the Sentinel and the Scythecat Cub. Yeah, I'm totally cool with this. Absolutely cool with this. This is not bad at all. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I have Uro in the graveyard. Whoops. I could do that right now, actually. Yeah, maybe that's just better than holding up a Tishana's Tidebinder. Yeah, you know what? That's great. Thank you, Magic Online, for reminding me that I'm able to do this. And now I'm not punished for my mistake. I can put Rogren Triumph into play. Oh man, I'm getting absolutely bailed out this game. That's so funny. All right, let's put Rogren Triumph into play. Gain 3 life. So their plan might just be to like level up Hexdrinker to epic proportions, but now I'm at 30. Like, why do I care? And they're just gonna play a Wistfulness and exile my profs, and I just don't think I care. Unless opponent plays something crazy right now. Okay, it's just Wistfulness. Yeah. Yeah, profs already did all the work. It already did all the work. Now I just murder my opponent. Okay, what did they do? Reveal Gaia's Cradle. Oh, Gaia's Cradle is pretty good. Okay. Let's just play the biggest fourth Eorlingas we possibly can and win the game. So we'll go land, tap, untap. I'm not even gonna count. This is just one of those moments where you just play the fourth Eorlingas for as big as you possibly can. It's for 10. Yeah, they're super, super dead here. That's because fourth Eorlingas is not an okay card. Just absolutely not okay in the slightest. Yeah, wow. I played that game like not the most optimal, but I got bailed out by Uro, by Magic Online telling me I could play Uro, and then fourth Eorlingas just being fourth Eorlingas. All right, so opponent's doing some mono green with a little bit of splashing nonsense, natural order I have to be aware of. So the Stern Scolding definitely should come in, and a Fractured Identity is actually not too bad. Imagine if they get an Atraxa, that's really good, but then I can steal the Atraxa. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out the Palantir. They have that Artifact Hate main deck with the Wistfulness. And let's see, is there anything else I want to take out? The Miscalc, it could just be Miscalc. I mean, things could get a little tight in the beginning of the game and the Miscalc can get them, but I have a feeling their stuff is just going to grow quickly out of range, or their mana ramp is going to grow quickly out of range of the Miscalc being good. Like, obviously, Mana Drain is going to be strong, but the thing is, I also showed them the Miscalc in game 1, so they may try to play around it in game 2. Yeah. Ooh, wait, Fimage should come in, actually. Okay, wait. I think I want Fimage, too, because they have a lot of big guys that I would like to copy. Even just like a mid-rangey guy. It could just... Yeah, probably Tishana's Tidebinder, honestly. I guess Tidebinder could be good to counter, say, an Atraxa trigger, but then they have an Atraxa. Oh, it's a 7/7. No abilities. Is there something else I'd rather cut? Could be like Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'll just take out the Tidebinder. I'm not sure if that's correct, but this seems like a nice solid sideboard plan against this particular deck. All right. Hey, there's fourth Eorlingas. So I like this hand, actually, because we have the guaranteed second land drop. We can see what the opponent's doing. We've got our sideboard tech with a Fractured Identity. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. And most importantly, we can hold up a Stern Scolding on turn 1, which is nice. Okay, Mana Dork on 1. Ooh, a Mana Vault. Okay, that's a little scary. All right, let's just start with a Git Probe and see what we got. What's opponent working with? Okay, they once again have the Atraxa in hand, which is really funny. But they have Passivization, GSZ, and a Hexdrinker. So if I counter the Hexdrinker, that'll be pretty good. I'm just going to play Land Pass. Hopefully they don't go for the Green Sun Zenith immediately, and they just jam the Hexdrinker. I think that would be pretty good. Ooh, also the Yavimaya helps me considerably because it's gonna make my stuff forests. All right, they are just gonna jam that Hexdrinker. I am just gonna Stern Scolding. So specifically because my stuff is forest, I can get the Rogren Triumph with the generous end. Ooh, there's a delighted halfling. So yeah, unfortunately I am gonna have to fetch up a land here. So I already have blue. Like, do I care more about getting the halfling down or having the fourth Eorlingas potential? I think we're a long way away from fourth Eorlingasing. I think I'm just supposed to get the Temple Garden here, and then I'm just supposed to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can go X is 6 on the GSC. So the real question is, I think it doesn't seem like they're going to play stuff that kills my creature. So I'm just going to set myself up for a strong next turn. They're playing a breeding pool tapped. They're not even playing GSC? What's going on? What are we doing here, you know? Okay, so a couple options. I can continue to hold up a Path to Exile, but they didn't do anything. It's very weird. I think I'm just going to stock up. I'm going to try to smooth out the draws. Okay, there's Tameo Brainstorm. That's a cool combo. I might just want to grab lands. Like, I think I want to grab at least one land. So then the question becomes, what else do I get? Like, I think I'm going to grab the Steam Vents for sure. I'm going to play the Rogren Triumph this turn. Next turn, I'm probably just going to Fracture Identity something or play Nissa, hold up a path. If I'm doing that, I guess Uro gives me the most long-term value. I don't have another way to draw cards in hand. I'll grab Uro, sure. Any order's fine, whatever. And then I'm just going to play a Rogren Triumph tapped. We're letting the shields down for one turn. Hopefully it's fine. Again, they do not have the capacity to play this Atraxa, so I'm not really scared in that sense. They only have 2 colors. And also, I'm really glad I sided out the Palantir, because they also have Pest Infestation, so now the Pest Infestation just, like, doesn't do anything. Again with the nothing. That is so weird. Am I supposed to Fracture Identity the Mana Vault? Oh, wait, no. They have Pest Infestation. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I think I go for Uncounterable Nissa and then untap the Path to Exile, hold up, or untap the Temple Garden, hold up Path, and Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I like that. Also sets me up well for a good next turn. Okay, so we'll go Nissa here, Uncounterable, untap the Temple Garden. I even get an attack, which is nice. Oh, and because of the Yavimaya, all of my lands tap for double. So, wait, next turn I think I just win. I just play like a giant 4th Eorlingas, and then they just like die. It's hilarious. Oh, they're going to flash in Atraxa. All right, well, do your worst. Is that what they were waiting for? Okay, let's see what you get. Okay, so we see a Scythecat Cub. There's a Natural Order, which is kind of annoying. Palantir, Noble Hierarch. Well, we'll see what they get. They are always getting a Forest. They're always getting a Nissa. Unclear if they're going to get Mox Diamond or Palantir. Probably the Mox Diamond. Okay, they got Natural Order, Nissa, Ignoble, Mox Diamond, Forest. Okay, so let me get rid of these cards. They kept the Natural Order. That makes sense. They didn't. Yeah, they kept the Mox Diamond, right? Okay, so Ignoble, that seems pretty obvious. Okay, they're playing the Ignoble. All right, there we go. So now I imagine we'll see a Mox Diamond be played. Yep, there's the Mox Diamond. I could have played around this by Path to... no, I couldn't have. Never mind. Okay, they're in a Natural Order. So let's. I don't know. The Atrax is already gone. What's the worst they could get? Okay, Voltborn Tyrant. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good card. Okay, they play Windswept Heath. I'm still pretty sure I just win the game. Yeah. I'm just gonna path this away. They can get a land, that's fine. Okay. Go to my turn. Ancestral. So right now I have this taps for double, right? Yeah, it's crazy. So right now I have 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could pump this for 9, which is not quite lethal, but I don't think it matters. I guess I could just go for Ancestral and hit another land anyway. If I don't hit a land, that's like 4 less guys. Or 2 less guys? Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just Ancestral myself. Plus, I might draw something crazy. Oh, it's not even that much. It's kind of annoying. The tap land. That's fine. So we'll go with the Colonnade tapped, and then we'll untap this, and then we'll go white, red, just tap all the things. And opponent is already, they just know I'm going to play the 4th Eorlingas, and they just concede. This card is dumb. Even like the fear of you putting it on the stack makes people concede. Yeah, opponent's deck was pretty cool, but like this card is legitimately better than every single card in both of our decks, which is crazy. All right, cool. Pretty easy win. On to the next. All right, we're playing against the Rad Man, but there's some like 3s in there, and our hand looks fine. I mean, it's got 4th Eorlingas, which is strong, and a red source already. Okay, so binning a Shieldred with a Shadowy Backstreet. All right, gonna be a little risky. I'm gonna play the Steam Vents tapped. It's kind of sucks if I get wastelanded, but hopefully that just doesn't happen. Ooh, this could be a counter spell, some kind of Esper deck. Delighted Halfling a turn 2 late there. I'm just gonna jam the Rumble. The upside's very high. If it's days specific, okay. So Loose Focus was always going to get me, so I'm not feeling as bad about that. Next turn, hopefully they'll. Whoa, they're passing the turn. Okay. Ooh, I can go Profs and Halfling. I think I like that. I'm also gonna bait a counter spell, but I will play around. Days specifically, but I'll bait out the counter spell with the Profs. Like, surely. Oh, okay. I guess they don't have it. All right, Omnath. Okay, hopefully this doesn't get dazed. Come on, no daze. They have daze. Oh, they have daze. Oh, Mana Leak. Oh, okay. So they would rather counter that than the Profs. I could see that. That's fine. Okay. Should have thought about Omnath. Okay, opponent plays land. Plays land go. I mean, I'm just gonna keep jamming things, and then hopefully something sticks. Like, they can't have another counterspell, right? Oh dear, that's a No More Lies. Okay. I'll land something. Oh no, now I need a white source, which I don't have that many in my deck. I was hoping to draw other cards. Dark Rid? Oh no. Okay, what are we doing? What broken thing are we playing? Teferi. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good at this stage. I need to draw a white source like right now. Come on, red source or white source, white source. Boom. Ooh, Uro. Not bad. I will play around another like loose focus type effect. Okay, go Uro here. Okay, nice. That worked out. White source. Ooh, no white source, but it is a Once Upon a Time. Let's see, I already lost the halfling. I think I just pass. Did I play? I played a land for turn, right? Yeah, I did. So even if I like found a tap land, I can't really do anything. So I'm just gonna wait for the Once Upon a Time, get a little bit more information. Okay, my opponent's like kind of on full lock here. Oh my god, and they have library too. Ooh, Warren Soul Trader, so they have the combo. So I gotta watch out for that. Yeah. All right. With that trigger on the stack, I'm just gonna jam the Once Upon a Time. See if I can find that white source. Yo, white source, nice. And yeah, I definitely want that over the Quiddler. Definitely gonna take that. Okay. Okay, nice. Hopefully they just don't have the combo. All right, I'm gonna go for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could go for 5, but that's not great. I'd have to throw like 4 things here and block, and then I wouldn't get the monarchy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I could throw 4 no. If I throw 4 things at Teferi and 1 at their face, they just block, and then I don't get the monarchy. Yeah. We're just gonna play the Omnath here. Hopefully draw something good. Okay, nice. It hits, which is nice. Fairy Mastermind. Oh god, now they draw an extra card. All right, I can't stop that. Brainstorm. Ooh, I like that. I think I could brainstorm lock myself. Do I want to do it now? What could I draw? Because I already have the 4th Eorlingas in hand. Maybe I could draw some interaction. Sure. Let's go for it now. And then the Omnath will be big. Is this just remand? Reprieve? You know, if they waste a reprieve on this... Oh, Sheldred's Edict. Oh, man. That's rough. All right. Come on, Brainstorm. Yeah, these are not great. I guess I'll just put the lands back. It doesn't really matter. I'm kind of like, Brainstorm locked. Which one do I rather have? It doesn't matter. We're just going to get both of these anyway. Uro's online eventually. So I just have to feign the combo for like a turn or two. This thing is also very close to ulting, which I don't like. If they tap out, I might be able to just get them with the 4th Eorlingas though. And just smash for like unbelievable amounts of damage. Unfortunately, I know what I'm drawing and it's just like not good. I kind of need opponent to just tap out and play something dumb here. Is this a metamorph? Okay. Sure. What are you copying? Okay. That's fine. Makes the 4th Eorlingas worse, though. Alright. I'm going to cycle this. Okay. So I know I'm drawing a couple of duds. They're going to draw a lot of cards next turn, but this might just have to be the opportunity I take to try to get back into this. If I flash in the Uro, they just draw cards anyway. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blue, blue, green, green. I could counter one of the abilities actually. Okay, hold on. That actually doesn't sound terrible now that I think about it. Maybe I just sandbag the 4th Eorlingas, and they're not ulting this Teferi. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go for it. We're going to wait one more turn. And then end of turn, we're going to flash in the Tidebinder to stop one of those abilities. Okay, so we got Uro. We are drawing a card. Ooh, Ancestral. Nice. But, yeah. Okay, we're going to counter one of these. abilities. We're going to go Tidebinder. And I actually don't know which one I want to turn off. I guess it doesn't matter which one I turn off. I don't really have artifact hate, so I don't think it matters. I'm just going to... I guess I'll turn off the one that's a metamorph in case they have some sort of bounce effect, and then they can replay it and copy my Uro or Tachana's or something. Okay, and then I'll put a counter on... I've only drawn one card. I'll just put on the Uro. I have the intention of like blocking the Soul Trader with the Tidebinder, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, now I can Spellseeker for a mana drain, which is good. I'm still in a lot of trouble here. Ugh. The Brazen Borrower. Don't like that. Okay, what are you doing with the Teferi? Okay, they're just going to uptick again. So, yeah, they get... Man, that's crazy. That's so much. So much value my opponent has. Sedgemoor Witch? Do they have... Are they just combo.deck? Okay. Really need opponent to just go crazy here and let the shields down. And then I can go, like, Ancestral plus 4th Eorlingas, which is very, very good. And then hopefully I don't get countered. They've already used like 3 counter spells. I really need this to hit. Okay, stock up. All right. So I think I have to, yeah, I have to make the move now. So let's go with everything except for the recall. Like, I just want this to resolve. Let's go for X is 6. Playing around a daze, technically. Does it hit? Okay, it does. I am going to Ancestral myself. They do get to draw a lot of cards. But I think the 3 extra... Does the 3 extra damage actually matter? This is 12, 15. They're at 16. I guess it does make it so they have to do some blocking. Yeah, it's not great. I'll admit. There are problems here. They do get to draw an extra card. Okay, I drew a Flooded Strand, which is nice. Okay. So, just go to combat, put the counters on one of the Trampley boys. And then I believe we smack the opponent to death. And I just ignore Teferi. We're just going after their face. They also can't flash in this Brazen Borrower. Okay, this makes sense. This makes a little less sense, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, that makes sense. That seems like a sensible block. They could just take 8 plus 5 is 13 here, I suppose. Whoa, they're getting rid of the Soul Trader? Interesting. Alright, now I'm not sure which one I want to kill. They both represent like an infinite combo sort of thing. And I don't technically have a way to beat either one of them. So it's just like, which one would I rather... I guess the Sedgemoor Witch just naturally gives them more value. So I think I should... Oh wait, never mind. This has 2 toughness. What am I talking about? They're just both going to die. Okay, never mind. I don't have to make choices. What? Alright, I get the Monarchy, which is great. And then I will pass a turn. I mean, we're in a pretty good spot now. Drawing a card. Oh, Path to Exile. That is good, except I don't have an untapped white source I can grab. So that's gonna not be super great here. Okay, let's see if they can draw a lot of cards. Oh god, is this just... What is this? What are we doing? Time Spiral? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm a fetch. Wow. That is so crazy. I don't really need the red anymore. I'll just get a basic island. That's so bad for me. Because now they draw 7 and they can exile 7 of my permanents. Wow. So, but here's the and they get to untap all their lands. That's the crazy part too. So, can I come back from this? And they also get the monarchy back too. They just hit me with a pest. Yeah, this is gonna kind of suck. For sure. I imagine they're gonna kill all the human tokens. Does this mean I get to untap with all my mana? Possibly. Okay. Oh, they're just going to take away key mana sources. Okay. Sure, this all happens. Yeah, I have no responses here. So, yeah, they exile all the creatures. They took away all my white sources. Luckily, I don't actually care about the white sources at the moment, but yeah, we're not looking good here. If they draw more cards, it's just over. Especially because they get to take the monarchy back and they can exile my steam vents. Shieldred. Oh boy, if they have another draw 7, it's kind of over. We might be able to get there. Time Twister? All right, you got it. Jeez, I'm not sitting through all this. That is insane. Very, very cool. One has a really, really cool deck. Okay, so we're playing against nonsense. I think I bring in the Fractured Identity again. Like, imagine I take their Teferi, right? Stern Scolding, no. Fimage, no. Well, no. I think that's probably the only thing I bring in. I guess Palantir is not too bad, although it's really bad into the opponent's Fairy Mastermind. But that might just be what we have to do. Yeah, I can just take it out. It's fine. It's just like a whatever card. All right, well, we'll run it back. 4th Eorlingas, not good enough that time. But yeah, opponent got to hang out with their Teferi way too long, and it was not great. This hand looks good. Yeah, we got the stuff. We got the cool cards. All right, let's go for Shock Pass. No need to go Ancestral quite yet. In fact, I'm probably just going to either Generous End or Brainstorm. Oh god, Imperial Seal. I don't like that. I think I could go Brainstorm and then use Generous End to shuffle away bad cards. That could be a thing that I do. I have to put an upkeep stop. Or I could just Ancestral and draw a bunch of cards. This is like the best opportunity to use Brainstorm, though, I think. Because I think I'm always going to play Halfling on the next turn. Yeah, let's Brainstorm. Okay, these are good. So I think I'll put... Because God. Could put Nissa back and... 1, 2, 3. Omnath back? Am I playing a Profs? Maybe I'm not playing a Profs. It's really good with Ancestral, though. This is a tough choice. Because on my turn, on my upkeep... Well, okay, this requires a lot of thought. I want to shuffle away the Nissa, I think, for sure. So now the question is, on my turn, do I just draw the card? And then I'll have... Oh, no. I'm always going to... That's the thing. I'm always going to go Generous End here. Is Miscalc doing anything? I'm going to do that. do that. It could just be like the Chrome Mox. Yeah, well, maybe it is just that. Because on my turn, I'm going to, on my upkeep, Generous Ent, grab Temple Garden, and then just play Delighted Halfling. So, do I actually need the Chrome Mox? I think I actually do. I can use the Chrome Mox and pitch like one of these cards for an extra mana source. Okay. Here's the move. So we're gonna go top. Now we go to our draw. We draw the Chrome Mox. Now we go for a cycle. Temple Garden. And then Chrome Mox the Miscalc. Or is it more important to hold up the Miscalc here? No, I think the idea is that I want to play Omnath next turn. This is very interesting. These decisions are just very fascinating. So I could hold up Miscalc this turn, and if I don't Miscalc, I Ancestral, and I probably hit the land. Like, maybe I'm getting too lost in the sauce with the profs, and that's not necessary. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're not going to halfling quite yet. We're just going to hold up. Oh, they have a lot of counter magic. Oh, my goodness. They Imperial Sealed. They must have something that they want to cast. That was a really hard turn. I don't even know if it was completely optimal. But I feel like I'm in a good spot? Question mark? Okay, Chrome Mox, I don't think I need to miscalc that. I could have. It definitely was on the table. But if they're doing this, that means they're gonna... Okay, they got rid of a Normalize. Yeah, I feel like I'm... Okay, now you're going to Ancestral. Okay, this one I'm going to counter. Because you probably used your Imperial Seal to get the Ancestral. Oh, they're going to crack a Dark Red. But at least you're using your Dark Red to do this, right? And you're not... I don't know. I feel kind of okay here. All right, let's see what we can hit. Quantum Riddler. Not quite what we're looking for. Let's try to hit a land drop. So let's Ancestral ourselves. Okay, we definitely hit the land drops, which is nice. Let's play out Halfling, and then I'm just going to play land. I'm just going to warp the Quantum Riddler now. Shields are down, but next turn I get to play an uncounterable Omnath, and hopefully that is good enough. Okay, opponent's just getting set up here, but they're probably holding up a counter spell, and if they don't kill this Halfling immediately, I'm looking okay. Okay, I think we're fine here. I can get rid of this upkeep stop, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go blue, green, red, white for Omnath. Uncounterable. Okay. Do we hit a land? Ooh, we hit a Malevolent Rumble. That's an excellent land to hit. Or an excellent card. So let's go Island, trigger this. And then it might get countered, but I'm okay. I can live with that. Alright. Now we get the option between a land and a good card. Unfortunately, we lose the 4th Eorlingas, but that's okay. Let's get the Wan Shi Tong. Wan Shi Tong is nice, and next turn it's going to be uncounterable. All right, so far so good. Our position is looking pretty nice. Petty Theft, sure, you got it. Petty Theft the Omnath, I mean, I can just replay it. All right, opponent's trying to get set up with their combos. Ooh, Phyrexian Tower. All right. So what do I want to do here? Let's go to our turn. See what we get. Jace. All right. So we have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana potentially. So we could go Omnath plus Jace, or we could go Wan Shi Tong plus Tishana's Tidebinder. I think I actually like that quite a bit. I like that a little bit better. It feels safer. And plus the Wan Shi Tong shuffling away the Chrome Mox is going to set them back considerably. Yeah, I like that. I will play out this land just in case I need to flash out the Tishanas. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose I could fake holding up a mana drain. All right, Wan Shi Tong. It's just going to be a really nice tempo hit. Also can't be countered. It's really good for me. Yeah, plus if opponent's setting up for like combo, then Tishana's Tidebinder could stop that. Okay, Wan Shi Tong on the Chrome Mox. Yep, tap it for mana. That's expected. All right, now I get 1 or 2 of these little guys. I get 2 spirits. Nice. Okay. Get 2 little shadow spirits or whatever they're called. Then I'm just pass. Yeah, I'm just big chilling here. Hold up the Tishana's Tidebinder. Ooh. Okay, Fairy Mastermind. Sure. Makes Jason Omnath a little worse, but not terrible. Okay, what else you got? Each player draws a card. Yeah, this moment I'm going to flash in the Tidebinder because this draws them 2 cards. I'm not going to let them have that. And plus, it also shuts off the Fairy Mastermind for the foreseeable future. So then I can play my cards that draw cards, and then I don't have to worry about Fairy Mastermind giving my opponent advantage. Okay, what's your oh my god, what is your last card? Shieldred? Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to take a lot of damage here, but that's, you know, that's the way it goes. My opponent has no cards in hand, too, so. All right, let's see what we can do here. I could just, like, Jace and bounce the Shieldred a bunch of times. I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, I Jace, bounce the Shieldred, and then I cast a Omnath. I like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, Jace. Oh wait, Jace triggers the Wan Shi Tong, but no, that drains me too much. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna return Shieldred to hand, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to play the land. So red, white, blue, green. Go Omnath here. I guess I should. No, that's okay. I'll attack with everything. Like, if they block, then, you know, I'm accomplishing the same goal. Yeah, that's fine. Because that takes away the element of they kill my Tishanas, and then Fairy Mastermind is just, you know, there. Okay, if they just recast Shieldred, I think I just win, right? 4, 8, 11. Yeah, I have lethal. Oh. What's your last card, though? Mind Twist. Okay, no, I just have lethal on board. Okay, yeah, I just bounce, and then I guess I play the Quantum Riddler because I can, but it doesn't matter. Like, the game's over. I'll just draw 2 cards though. Ooh, nice. All right, and smack opponent to death. All right, cool. Opponent conceded because they are dead. All right, this is a close match. This is a close match for sure. Opponent's deck is really good, but I think should be fine. the Fimage could come in to copy Shieldred. Because, like, if I have a Shieldred, it counteracts their Shieldred. I draw a lot of cards. If I deal with their Shieldred, I can draw and gain, like, 6 to 10 life or whatever. That might be getting a little too lost in the sauce. I don't think I need to necessarily do that. Could bring in the Hex Drinker just as another threat that also can pressure Planeswalkers. What would I bring that in over? Do I need Quantum Riddler? Not necessarily. Maybe because they have a lot of cards that punish me for drawing. I think I'm going to bring in a Hex Drinker. All right, and let's go. How do I feel about this hand? So this could be a turn. God, if this Wanshi Tong was a 4-drop, I could keep it. I'm on the draw. It's got a lot of mana, but it's a lot of land specifically, so the Chrome Mox could get worse. This is tough. I'll try it. I could definitely see this being a mulligan, but the upside... Oh, God, Imperial Seal. Jeez. Anyway. Okay. Oh, God, another land was the worst draw possible. All right, what do we got? What are we doing? Okay, they probably just went to get... Oh, I drew a Tameo. That's nice. Do I just go Chrome Mox away the Wanshi Tong and play Delighted Halfling plus Tameo? And then just pray? Well, anyway, they probably went to get a Ancestral. Oh, geez. Wow, that's a lot of... it's a kill spell, unfortunately, the Bloodchief's Thirst. Which would I rather have die? I think I would rather have the Delighted Halfling die. Do I give them the opportunity? I'm going to go Dark Rid, Time Twister. Alright. I'm just going to say, here you go. I could give them the choice of what to kill, like Tameo or Tameo or Delighted Halfling. But I don't think I want to do that, just because I have no plays. I think I'm just going to give them the Delighted Halfling to die. Oh, they're just playing a Shieldred. Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay, that's what they were doing. That sucks. At least now I can play a stock up plus Tameo, I guess. I need to deal with this Shieldred immediately or find an answer, but I think it's just unfortunately too late, and I can't play Wanshi Tong this turn. That would be really good here, but they're just gonna go Time Twister. It's gonna be really bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna stock up, but that's probably just game over now at this point. Yeah, these cards suck. These cards are bad, and it doesn't really matter what I keep. So I'll just get Island and Hexstring. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna get shuffled away anyway. Oh, I could have gotten Hexstring. Nah, I think I'd rather have Tameo out anyway. Yeah, let's get rid of this, because at least then... Oh wait, no, this is just lethal, right? This is just guaranteed lethal. Oh, I was supposed to grab 2 green cards, because now I draw 7, and then the Tameo auto flips, and then they attack me. But then I'd be taking 14. I'd be at 2. I would have needed an instant speed way to deal with Shieldred. So, yeah, no. Unfortunately, we are just very dead. Right? I go to 2 here. Yeah. All right, and then they just attack me for a game. And even if they accidentally attack Tameo, it doesn't matter. All right. Nope. GG's. Opponent's deck was sick. All right, we're playing against Allegations. Is it saying like I'll never beat the Allegations? It's kind of clever. Anyway, this hand looks amazing, so we will keep. Unfortunately, I don't have another blue card. I can't go like Tamiyo plus Ancestral on the same turn currently. Whoa, opponent has a fast bond. They're going crazy. No way. Is it okay? Okay, it's stock up. I was gonna say, is it a what's it called? Like a draw 7, like a time twister? That would have been so sick. Because then my hand might have sucked. Okay, Seachrome Coast. So I think I just go Tamiyo pass. And then I have the Ancestral to flip it next turn. We'll see what opponent does. Very strong start. Whoa, Mana Vault 2. Opponent has so much mana. What are we doing here? 6 mana? Just hard cast Oliphant. Okay, I think I can beat that. Pretty sure. All right, let's go to combat. Smack. Okay, let's. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna draw the 3 cards. I need to try to find the answer to this Oliphant. Okay, always uptick. So I could just go for land. Chrome Mox away like Spellseeker. Yeah, I like that. Chrome Mox away the Spellseeker. I think it's just like the least impactful card. Well, Spellseeker can grab a Path to Exile, I guess. So it could be the Quantum Riddler. I just have a lot of cards in hand. Spellseeker actually just finds me my answer that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm convinced. We'll get rid of Quantum Riddler. And then, and also Jace could be an answer too, right? I mean, okay, Malevolent Rumble. Good choices. Nissa versus Wan Shi Tong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of like the Wan Shi Tong, to be honest. I like tucking into the library. Plus, we have Jace. Oh yeah, we're grabbing the Wan Shi Tong, baby. I mean, Nissa's great too, but yeah, we don't need it. Okay. So I'm feeling really good. I mean, Oliphant's strong. I mean, 6/4 Trampler, very, play on turn 2, but I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I just take a bunch of damage. Oh, they're going to attack Tamiyo down. Right. That makes sense. Yeah, if I block this, it still dies, so nope, it's fine with me. I'm just going to play Wan Shi Tong, and then hopefully my opponent doesn't have a counter spell. Oh, do I wait? Interesting. Very interesting. Because now the Delighted Halfling can make it so I can cast my stuff uncounterably. I could also go Spellseeker. I don't know what my opponent's playing. Maybe they have like a counter spell. So if I'm playing around counter spell, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I could just Jace this back to hand. I don't have to Wan Shi Tong. It's so high upside, though. It's really good. I'm going to play a land always. Now, is it, the 3 choices. We can go Spellseeker, Path, and Delighted Halfling. We got Wan Shi Tong. We got Delighted Halfling, Jace. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the Spellseeker line. Unfortunately, this is just going to have to go. Okay, it hits. Yes. I completely forgot I could grab 4th Eorlingas with Spellseeker. That's so funny. That's so insane. But yeah, I'm just going to grab a Path to Exile here, and then I'm going to Path the Oliphant now. I guess I should have waited until upkeep. That was a mistake. That was definitely a big mistake. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. Now I can hopefully resolve this Delighted Halfling. All right, cool. So I get smacked again, but now I can cast my Wan Shi Tong and Jace uncounterably, which is really important. Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, I maybe should have kept the spell seeker around just for just that extremely high upside of grabbing my strongest card. But I mean, overall, I have a pretty good grasp of what's happening here. All right, or I don't know. I'm in a good spot. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's cast an uncounterable Wan Shi Tong here. Tuck away the Oliphant. Okay, cool. Very good. All right. I'll attack with the Spellseeker. I think that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna play the Ragnar Triumph out. Now next turn, I mean, we got Brainstorm and Jace. We're gonna make so many Spirit tokens. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so good. And then I know that they're drawing the Oliphant later. Oh God, Wan Shi Tong, my Wan Shi Tong. That's very rude, and I don't like it. I don't like that at all, but at least I could like brainstorm and just keep, I don't know, we keep doing the same song and dance. This is really funny. This is just a really funny game state that we have found ourselves in. They also don't know I have the, whoa, the Delighted Halfling? Huh, I'll put that on the bottom. Oh, wow. Okay, so both of these Wan Shi Tongs just, like, trigger. And it's also a spirit, so you can block the spirits with Wan Shi Tong. That's so funny. This is such a weird game. Very weird game. Okay, Palantir. So, gosh, what the heck? What the heck do I do? If I Jace the Wan Shi Tong, they just replay it, but then I get to brainstorm with the fetch land. I mean, I guess that's good. I'm going to play fetch land to play around maybe some kind of counter spell. Blue, blue, whatever. Jace? Like, let's see if this works. Maybe it's a mana leak, though. Mana leak would suck. Would not like that. I'm hoping that I can beat the allegation. Oh, nice. All right. Let's bounce their Metamorph / Wan Shi Tong. Okay. All right. We're doing stuff. Very good. And then I'm just going to attack with everything. They can block with a couple of spirits, but that's okay. Oh, God, wait. I should have held a couple back. That was not a good idea. 8, 9. They go to 2. It's fine. You know what? If they're attacking Jace down, like it's not that big of a deal, right? Oh, they're also taking a turn off of their mana vault. Yeah. No, this is fine. Attacking them is totally reasonable here. So we're in a pretty good spot. If they just replay the Metamorph, all right, I'm gonna respond by brainstorming now, so they don't get spirits. Okay, these are great. Well, okay, Profs is great. You know. I'm just going to put back land and the Palantir. And then I make guys. Metamorph can enter. That's fine. It just becomes a Wan Shi Tong. Put it second from the top or the bottom. So I'm going to fetch in response. And then I'm going to just grab a Ketrio Triumph. I'm going to put it second from the top. We trigger our Wan Shis. They don't have enough blockers to live. Yeah, okay. They're just dead. That was a really funny game, but we got there. All right. Opponent's deck is really cool. I like it. But I think our deck's going to be a little stronger. The Stern Scolding can beat the Phyrexian Metamorph technically. It has a lot of counter magic. I think I'm fine. I think the main deck's actually fine here. I'll just run it back. Like I could make the Hex Drinker swap again just because it's a cheaper threat and they could come down early, but that's whatever. I think this hand's fine. No green mana, but no green cards, so it's not the most necessary. Oh look, green mana. Just play a Colonnade and pass. And then on my turn, I could just hold up a miscalc. Yeah. All right. Just going to quickly pass the turn fast so they don't know I have anything. And I'm not shocking because that will definitely tell them I have something. Here it's just like, oh, it's just an island. It's just my land for turn. All right. Well, go to our turn. Ooh, halfling. That is nice. That was such a good draw because I was like, I'm going to play the tap land and hold a miscalc. I don't know if I want to jam a 3 here. But now I get to have my cake and eat it too, so this is excellent. Okay, are they going to... Oh, are they cracking the star? Does their hand suck? Yeah, their hand sucks. Oh, red mana? Could be a... Never mind. It's a lightning bolt. Not bad. And I can't miscalc that. So, unfortunate. Okay. And a generous ent to find a land. What could it be? Basic forest, breeding pool, tropical island, stomping ground. That makes sense too. All right. Well, hopefully they just... I was going to say, it'd be nice if they just played something. I might be getting to the point where I need to cycle this miscalc. They're so obviously holding up something. I think I just need mana sources. Ooh, Once Upon a Time. Oh, okay. Generous Ent. That's a lot safer. That is definitely a lot safer. So I'm just going to go for Generous Ent for a cycle. I can't counter this. Grab. Oh, I should have thought about that. Because I could have gotten the Ketria Triumph and just played it tapped and then still held up Once Upon a Time if I had tapped the island. A little bit not good there. We'll just grab the forest. It's fine. Play the forest, and I think I just have to start jamming stuff, unfortunately. Maybe one more turn. I could just Once Upon a Time. And then I can start jamming things. And I don't think... Yeah, opponent doesn't have, like, consult star charts or something that punishes me for this. All right. Let's go for Once Upon a Time. I highly doubt the counter. So there's an Uro, which is good, but I think I just need to hit my lands. Okay, do you have something on my end step? Nope. All right. Okay, big draw. An island. So if I go island, I can play the Spellseeker and grab a mana drain, which I think would be pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It gives away a little bit extra information, but we're going to go for that. And this plays around... Okay, nice. That just hit. All right. So, yeah, these are all great cards and everything. Oh, I can also grab Ancestral. But I think being able to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think being able to go Jace with Mana Drain backup next turn... Oh, shoot. I can't do that. I don't have enough blue sources. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to grab Ancestral. And I'm going to wait until their turn to fire it off. If anything, that will get the... get the counterspell out of my opponent. And then I can do something from there. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Very, very interesting game. Okay, Brainstorm. Sure, no problem. Maybe opponent's hand isn't the best and they're trying to sculpt it a bit. See if they have a way to shuffle away the bad cards. Okay, opponent thought for a while about their Brainstorm. Okay, Mana Vault, that's cool. Opponent has a lot of mana now. Just gonna jam something here. Metamorph, get Spellseeker? Okay, so you can get like your own Ancestral. That's sure. I imagine that's what's happening. Oh, channel. Oh. Channel. I'm gonna Ancestral. Okay. Have fun. What nonsense is my opponent going to cast? If it's big Emrakul, I just die. There are a lot of things that just kill me. Okay. Oh, God. They're going all the way up to 15. Yep. Yep. It's big Emrakul. That sucks. Yeah, I can't beat this. They take an extra turn. Yeah, they got me. Shoot. I should have gotten Mana Drain. But how was I supposed to know that I was going to get Channel Emrakul'd? Yeah, that was unfortunate. My colors were not the best there. All right. So, I technically Fimage and Fractured Identity are ways I could theoretically beat that, but if they're straight up casting the Emrakul, I'm not untapping with that many lands, like maybe the Fimage, but no, I think I'm just gonna run it back, and then I just have to be aware of that potential. All right, we're on the play. Okay, we got this hand's really good. I think we keep. I start with a tap land, or am I just gonna go Ancestral? Maybe I just go Ancestral immediately, and then I go up to 8, but then I can Chrome Mox away something. That could be the move, and then on turn 2 we just Uro, and I play around like a Spears or something. Yeah, I think I do like doing that immediately. Okay, these are good. I just don't know what I'm gonna get rid of. It could just be Omnath. Like Quantum Riddler could get me there. I'm always casting this. I think I get rid of, it's either Omnath or like Quantum Riddler, and I think I just don't need Omnath. It also, now this Chrome Mox is like a Glee Mox. It taps for all my colors, which is really funny and relevant. Absolutely relevant. Okay. Go to return. Ooh, Halfling. Halfling's a good draw, but I would rather go Uro this turn and then get the Colonnade into play. Ooh, Steam Vents too. Nice. So now next turn, I just have 5 mana, which is awesome. Okay, no Channel Emrakul. That is good. Okay, let's go for let's shock this in. Could go for stock up. Sure, we'll go for stock up. Just try to sculpt the hand. Okay, there's a Tameo, which is good. I can get Tameo Miscalc? Or do I want Tameo like land? Because I can just go like Tameo Delighted Halfling right now. Tameo and I think just a land, honestly. Temple Garden? Or I don't know, maybe having the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana I'm going to have next turn. But potentially. I can't miscalc this. I could miscalc this turn, technically, but I want to get the Halfling down. I think I'm just going to grab Temple Garden. All right, I'm going to bait the counter spell. Okay, yep, they have the miscalc. No response. No. All right, and Halfling. So now I get the Halfling down. I can uncounterably cast Wan Shi Tong if they play something crazy. I still die to Channel Emrakul, so this is like the one thing I'm not playing around. But hopefully that's just not the case. What's the worst thing that could happen here? Uh-oh. Okay. They could be like looking for the combo, but maybe they don't have it. Scary. I mean, they need the 2 specific cards. Okay, they do not appear to have Channel. I just don't know what we're going to see now. I also really want to be able to warp this Quantum Riddler and draw 2 cards to try to make up for the card disadvantage of the Chrome Mox, but that's okay. Okay, it's just a ponder. Oh god, they can still go for Channel Emrakul, which is crazy. Like, we made it so far. Don't do it to me. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I think we're okay here. They're brainstorming. I mean, they're getting so many looks. If anything, I'm glad I didn't get the miscalc, because they could, if they find combo, they can easily play around miscalc. All right, they just play land and then channel, and then I can't miscalc it. So, yeah. Ooh, chromatic star. Sure. Oh, fourth Eorlingas. Do I just want to do that instead? I think so, because fourth Eorlingas is that's a way I can beat Emrakul, because they attack me for a bunch, but then I just sack all my guys. Yeah, I think I do that. Do I play around a daze? That's the question. I could hold up a path. Does it change the math? I think I always shock this in. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is 4. So no, that does not that increases the clock by a full turn. So I think I am just supposed to tap out. Daze would suck, but I don't know. If it's not daze, it could be like Force of Will, Force of Negation, and I can't beat that. Alternatively, I could Wan Chi Tong uncounterably with the Chromatic Star, but that's not as much. That also doesn't make the clock any faster. Like, that'd be 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 10. That's only 17 damage. Yeah, I think I'm just going for a big fourth here. And that's the move. Okay, nice. All right, smack them with everything. They go to 10. I draw a card. Profs is good. So opponent needs to win the game this turn, but then again, specifically this. Oh, this beats Channel Emrakul because they can't even channel. Yeah. No, never mind. This is totally the move. Yeah. I get got by days there, but I should be fine. I don't see what my opponent has not shown me anything that worries me from this point. I think. Let's find out. Opponent's still going. Stock up. Yeah, they're dead. All right, cool. Hey, honorary 2-1, and we lost to the sick like wheel Shieldred deck, which, hey, I mean, I always appreciate those kind of decks. Let's take a look at. Let's take one last look before we sign off for the day. But yeah, deck was awesome. I mean, fourth Eorlingas, well, it was a stupid card and it just is dumb. It wasn't like the main focus of the deck. It was just a nice way, like once this the dust settled and we like got a lot of value and whatnot, and then it was just like bam, win condition. So yeah, fourth Eorlingas is just insane. Insanely dumb, insanely stupid Magic card. But yeah, I mean, we did some cool Brainstorm stuff. We had Ancestral. Wan Chi Tong was awesome with Brainstorm and Jace the Mind Sculptor. Nissa produced obscene amounts of mana. I like Omnath. It was one of the weaker cards of the deck, but it was fun. And then just our counter spells with Miscalc and Mana Drain. I never cast a Mana Drain, but it theoretically would have been good. And just good value plays on the 3-drop slot, Uro and Spellseeker and Stock Up. Palantir was a little weak though, for sure. And in the sideboard, we had pretty good options. We got, Extra Threat, Hexdrinker, Stern Scolding for more counter magic, Fractured Identity for big boys. So yeah, overall this deck was pretty sweet. I think it easily could have gotten the trophy. I think it was just missing like a little bit more ramp. We only, fast mana. We only had the Chromox. So definitely this deck would have been insane with like a Black Lotus or a mana, like another broken mana rock, like a Mana Crypt or something like that. But yeah, overall had a good time and appreciate the viewership. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.